What's up guys, this is Tech Rec. I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 Cydia tweaks for iOS 7. All these tweaks are currently compatible with iOS 7, so let's jump straight into it. We're going to jump into Cydia, and the first tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is called SwitchSpring. You're going to go ahead and install it up here. Already installed, so I'm not going to do it. You're going to jump into the multitasking bar. And basically every time that we have to close an app, we have to swipe up. And if you have a lot of apps open like I do, it takes a while. So what this tweak allows you to do is you're going to swipe up on the first page, and it'll give you both these options. You could restart your springboard, or you could quit all your apps at once. Just let me show you guys. I have 3 apps open right now. I'm going to go ahead and quit apps, and boom, they're all gone. And that's SwitchSpring. Alright, the next tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is called CCToggles. CCToggles is basically short for Control Center Toggles, and it's something that's already been built into iOS 7. It was just hidden, and with this tweak it allows us to actually mess around with it. So you're going to jump into settings after you've installed it. You're going to scroll down and you're going to see CCToggles. What CCToggles basically is, it allows you to mess around with all these little toggles that you guys get. Normally this is what it would look like. So we're going to jump into toggles, and if you're somebody like me who doesn't really use airplane mode, the mute button or the do not disturb button, we could go ahead and take them out, as you can see. And we can go ahead and replace them with I actually like rebooting and respringing, because that's something I sometimes have to do, and I hate having to hit the home button and the power button at the same time. So it's really convenient that I could just press one of these buttons and it'll automatically do it for me. So that's the first little toggles. The next one is quick launches, and it basically organizes the ones at the bottom. So normally this is what they would look like. You would have the camera app and the clock app down here. And what's really cool about it is that you could even add a different app launcher. So let's say I don't want my camera or my clock down here. Let's say I really love playing Angry Birds, and I love using Cydia a lot. We could go ahead and throw these up here, and boom, they'll show up at the bottom. You could go ahead and click on it, and it'll automatically take you straight into the app, which is really cool to me. And that's basically what quick launches does. I want to show you guys the internal settings. This is also something that's built into iOS 7, but unless you're jailbroken and you add this tweak, you do not have access to this. It's basically what Apple uses to mess around with the springboard. So let me give you guys a quick little example of what I mean, because there's just so many settings I can't go through all of them. Normally when I jump into my folders, you would see this this little gray background, and apparently I have it turned off right now. Let me go ahead and turn it back on so I can show you guys what I mean. When you jump into it normally, this is what your folders look like. It'll give you this gray little background. Let's say you don't want it. You're going to go ahead and jump into internal settings. You're going to go over here to folders, and then you're going to turn this little option off, blur folder background. You're going to hit done, and boom, that little gray background, it's gone. And that's basically CCToggles, guys. Alright, the next tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is something called Barrel. Barrel's been around for a very long time, and they actually already have the iOS 7 version out, which is really cool, because Barrel gives your springboard that nice little touch to it. Okay, what Barrel basically does is every time you turn to a different page, it'll give you a nice little effect like this one right here. And not only does it do this one, but it gives you just so many different ones. So you're going to jump into the Barrel app once you've installed it, and you can go ahead and try out any of these. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on random just so you guys could see, and it'll give you all these cool little ways of actually turning in your pages. And that's basically Barrel. Alright guys, the next app I'm going to be showing you is something called 3G Unrestrictor. And 3G Unrestrictor is a paid app from the Big Boss repo. I believe it is $3.99 right now. I'm not too sure. But I purchased it a long time ago, so I actually get all the updates for free. But this is something else that is compatible with iOS 7. What 3G Unrestrictor basically does, it allows you to use FaceTime over your regular 3G or 4G internet as opposed to using it with Wi-Fi. Also, it basically tricks all other apps into thinking you're on Wi-Fi when you're really on your 3G or 4G internet. So, let me give you guys a quick little example. Normally when you jump into the App Store, let's say I want to download Infinity Blade. Infinity Blade is 1.7 gigabytes. Anytime you download anything more than 100 megabytes, the App Store always requires you to be on Wi-Fi, as I'm going to show you guys right here. See, usually I'll get this little message that says this item is over 100 megabytes and I can't download it until I connect to Wi-Fi. So 3G Unrestrictor basically takes this out of the equation. So we're going to jump into 3G Unrestrictor after you've installed it, if you decide to purchase it. And we're going to go to Edit and Add. And we're going to go ahead and add the App Store. When you add the App Store, it'll always give you the iTunes Store as well. So now that we've turned it on, we're going to jump into the App Store once again. And we're going to try this a second time with 3G Unrestrictor and see if it tricks it. So there you go. And as you can see here now, the App Store does believe that we are on Wi-Fi, and the download has begun. As you can see here, we're still waiting. So once you actually see this loading up, you know that 3G Unrestrictor works. And not only does it only work with the App Store and FaceTime, but it does it for so many other apps that require Wi-Fi, and maybe you're on the road a lot and you just want to use your regular internet. Well, that's what 3G Unrestrictor does. As you can see, my app started downloading, and that's 3G Unrestrictor, guys. Alright guys, the fifth and final tweak is something called Mywi. And what Mywi is, it's basically a little tweak that allows you to share your Wi-Fi, create your own hotspot, and basically use your 3G internet and 4G internet to be able to share with anything that you want, basically. It is from the Big Boss repo, and it is $19.99, which is really expensive, but as I said, I mean, some of you might really need this, some of you might not. Anyways, let's jump into the Mywi. There is so many settings and just so many things to explain on this that it requires a separate video all on its own, but I will, however, show you a quick little example. Wi-Fi hotspot is one of the many ways that you can actually share your Wi-Fi. As you can see here, you can share it through your Wi-Fi hotspot, through a USB, through a Bluetooth. And let me just show you guys how that is done. As soon as you turn this on, you're already sharing it, but if you want to go ahead and add a little security, that way not anybody could just use your internet, you could go ahead and select one of these options and then add a password. And then not just anybody is able to use your internet. And then you could also go ahead and give yourself a little name. As you can see, I called myself Skynet. And that's basically Mywi, guys. As I said, it requires a video all on its own. It's too much to explain, but take my word for it. It is very cool and it is very useful. And that was my top 5 Cydia tweaks. I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And this is Tech Rec, and I'll see you next time.